What is up, everybody? Alex here. Welcome to another episode of the Total LA Galaxy Show. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be reviewing last week's game against the Inter Miami, and I'm going to be previewing the next game, the home opener against the New York Red Bulls, this upcoming weekend. So let's get started. We'll talk about some takeaways that I saw from this game, things that I observed and took notes on watching the match. So let's get started. Number one thing that was pretty obvious, and pretty sure most of you guys did notice, was that Samuel Granzier didn't look too comfortable out there. While he did play only 45 minutes in the preseason, I really thought that I was surprised he actually got the start, but I'm glad he got to play because he does need a bit more game time to get into sync with the other players in here. I felt too many times he was isolated too much on the wing and there wasn't much support to him. He tried to win a bunch of one-on-one opportunities, which didn't go on too well, and kind of was the reason why there were some decent chances for Miami, most notably the one where he was caught sleeping and a Miami player, I think it was Pizarro, took the ball from him and gave Higuain a shot on goal. So yeah, I think Granzier didn't have a great performance against Inter Miami, but I can't see this improving. Again, he hasn't had much playing time with the first team, so I'm not surprised at all here. So this is something that I'm pretty excited to talk about. So in the last episode, I talked about how Viktor Vasquez, him coming to the team, is going to take time to tell if this is a good or a bad addition to the team. And with game one already in the books, so far he looks really good. If you look at his heat map in the midfield, man, he is everywhere. He is passing the ball, he's creating chances, he's directing this midfielder, trying to open up the spaces for the attackers up front. And I really thought he played amazing football down the stretch. Especially he was key to that cross that got Chicharito his second goal of the game. And I'm glad to see him doing really well with the team. He knows Vanny, he knows the system that he likes to play, and also too, he's just a lot of experience. He knows how MLS is like, and he knows what it takes to win a championship. So far, I'm not gonna say it was a good transfer so far because it's way too early. That would be a huge overreaction. But I will say it is looking like this was a smart addition by Greg Vanny. Something else that I really liked was that because Julian Araujo couldn't play last game due to a suspension that he received last season in the final match of the MLS regular season, ONeil Fisher had to play that right back role, and ONeil Fisher was really good at getting up ahead. I'm gonna pull up his heat map right now. You can see he is really like an attacking position right there, and that's something I kept noticing too. I saw ONeil Fisher a lot come more ahead than I saw Sebastian Lletget, who was playing that kind of right midfielder, right wing role throughout the whole match. Now, I think this might be the same role that Julian Araujo will be in next game, having to play defense and then having to go pretty high up in the attack to add a little bit more crossing support. I really think that's something that's really interesting to me, because something I took away, and I tweeted about this during the match, is that ONeil Fisher's positioning defensively during the game kind of needed a lot of work. His offensive positioning was pretty well, got ahead. I mean, ONeil Fisher's pretty fast, and he got ahead over there, was really helpful in trying to create something up in the final third. But at the end of the day, his defensive positioning kind of really held the Galaxy defense back and kind of gave me too many times where I worried. I'm excited to see how Julian Araujo can fit this role, going up in the attack and then coming back here. I thought last season that Julian Araujo was really good playing more up front, more the attacking role, which is what ONeil Fisher did last game. Something else too, let's keep talking about the defense here. Nick DePuy was really good. DePuy had a really good tackles inside the box, a couple of sliding tackles in the box, and his timing on these tackles were really good. And I really like that he's right next to Daniel Steres. I think those two can really body up with a lot of bigger center forwards that are in this league, right? I really think that defensive-wise, Jonathan Bond, Steres, and DePuy are going to have a great season this upcoming year. I'm glad to see that our defense is improving slowly. It wasn't amazing against Inter Miami, but is slowly improving. Something else too that a lot of people have been talking about is when Greg Vanny put on Ethan Zubak to kind of put in a second striker there. That was a really smart move. It really opened up spaces for Chicharito, as the center backs had to worry for another defender who would go on runs, thus leaving Chicharito trying to get into good spaces and also trying to get his positioning perfectly to pounce on these opportunities to score. And that's what happened for both his goals, really. Ethan Zubak crossing it in, leaving him one-on-ones against Gonzalez Perez, who was on a yellow card, which I'm pretty sure is why he wasn't as aggressive. Also, too, he was in the box. But yeah, that really helped Chicharito just win that matchup 1-on-1. And then the second goal, Ethan Zubak and Chicharito both in the box. Zubak can't get a clean header on it, but Chicharito is right there to pounce and score on the second goal. So that really was the changing moment of this game. I'm pretty sure the 4-4-2 is something that Greg Vanney's definitely going to use if things aren't going so well on the attacking side of the ball. Watching this game just felt really good as a Galaxy fan, right? Last season was not the best. So many expectations are on this year to perform and be better. And so far, it looks really good. Seeing Chicharito match his total amount of goals that he scored last season in one game this year is just amazing, right? We want Chicharito to succeed. Yes, a lot of Galaxy fans and media have been very, very critical of Chicharito and how many goals he scored. But I really think that this year, while I don't think he'll score a crazy amount, he'll definitely be part of the reason why the Galaxy win games. Something that I kind of just want to see improvement on is the midfield and the way that they're able to play the ball, because we are playing a lot more from the back, and I feel that during this Inter Miami game, there were times where the midfield just wasn't quick enough to make some decisions and get some passes off, and that's what really led to Miami getting some takeaways in the Galaxy's final third, because the midfield wasn't as assertive to get the ball away and who to pass it to. These are the type of situations which midfielders need to think a bit more quicker, because that's how our team can get on the attacking end a lot faster if we're playing out from the back. Alright, so this weekend, the Galaxy's home opener will be against the New York Red Bulls. The Red Bulls lost 2-1 to Sporting Kansas City. They were up 1-0, and SKC came back to win it. Now, I really think the progress from last season and the momentum from the last game from the Galaxy is really going to push over to this game and really help us out get the win. I'm not too sold on New York Red Bulls really kind of getting together, right? Like, they're kind of in a rebuilding mode where there's a couple of players who didn't come back from the last couple of years, so that team's still trying to figure out who they are and find an identity. So I'm going to predict here a 2-0 win for the Galaxy. Jonathan Bond keeps a clean sheet, Chicharito scores once, and I'll say Julian Araujo scores another one. So yeah, those are my predictions for the upcoming game against the New York Red Bulls. LA Galaxy fans, in the comments below, let me know what you thought about last game. Anything that you think I forgot to mention, let me know. I want to hear you guys' input. We love getting comments. We love hearing what you guys have to say. At the end of the day, we love the fans, unlike the European clubs over there. But yeah, no need to get into that. Enjoy a great day. God bless, and see you guys next week.